In Game 5, the Los Angeles Lakers performance was nothing short of perplexing. Coming off a regular season where they secured a solid spot as a third seed, the expectations were high for them to be true contenders. But instead of rising to the challenge, the Lakers delivered a lackluster performance that left much to be desired. It was as though they had no clear answer for the issues they faced on the court, especially against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who were playing with urgency and grit. The most baffling move was a decision to reintroduce Maxi Kleber, who hadn't played since January, into the lineup when there was a perfectly healthy Jackson Hay on the bench. This strategic decision was puzzling, considering the pressing need for a more immediate response to the Timberwolves' dynamic play style. Instead of adjusting their game plan to exploit the Timberwolves' weaknesses, Lakers coach J.J. Redick stuck to an approach that seemed out of sync with the team's overall strategy, playing small ball but at an agonizingly slow pace. It was a mismatch of styles, akin to a team that chooses a power set offense but insists on playing a passing game. The Lakers were caught in a confusing paradox, unable to capitalize on the advantage they hoped to gain by playing smaller. The Timberwolves' resilience was on full display. Despite shooting a dismal 7 of 47 from beyond the arc, including an incredible 17 consecutive missed three-pointers in the middle of the game, they found a way to get it done. Rudy Gobert, with his dominance on both ends of the floor, tallied 27 points and 24 rebounds, making his presence felt in a way that the Lakers simply couldn't contain. Julius Randle also contributed with 23 points, but the real story was how the Timberwolves, led by their star Anthony Edwards, defied the odds to secure a crucial win, even as they struggled from deep. The real heroics of this game weren't found in the numbers, but in the narrative. The Timberwolves, despite their struggles, overcame the odds and played with a kind of toughness that the Lakers failed to match. Edwards, in particular, solidified his place as one of the league's emerging stars, and his future in the NBA looks brighter than ever. For Minnesota, this victory signifies more than just a win in a single game. It symbolizes the growth and potential of a team that's beginning to come together in a meaningful way. Yet, in the aftermath, much of the conversation was once again centered around the Lakers and their struggles. The absence of a reliable center and the team's failure to rebound properly were obvious issues. LeBron James, perhaps trying to shift attention away from the shortcomings, downplayed the significance of these concerns during his post-game comments. Instead of addressing the team's critical needs, he brought up a trade from the past, referencing Anthony Davis's previous comments about the lack of a center and the subsequent decision to ship him out. It was a curious and surprising remark that many interpreted as a subtle critique of the front office's moves, though LeBron may have intended it as humor. Regardless of LeBron's tone, the reality is that this Lakers team, even with their superstar tandem of LeBron and Luka Doncic, fell short when it mattered most. Many expected a deeper run in the postseason after the acquisition of Doncic, who was seen as a game-changing addition. But the Lakers' inability to adjust and overcome their glaring weaknesses led to a familiar fate, an early exit from the playoffs. Their lack of physicality, poor fast-break execution, and failure to adjust to the Timberwolves' size, especially Gobert's dominance, made the Lakers' performance feel more like a missed opportunity than a competitive series. This postseason defeat is especially frustrating for those who pointed to the Lakers' regular season performance as a sign that they were ready to contend for a title. With one of the greatest players of all time in LeBron James and a top 5 talent in Doncic, the Lakers roster was supposed to be the perfect blend of experience and youth. However, the inability to adapt and the mismanagement rotations and lineups throughout the series were clear indicators that the team wasn't as prepared as they should have been. What's even more concerning is the long-term implications. While this season might be viewed as a success of the Lakers simply because they made a blockbuster trade to acquire Doncic, it still ended in failure. The team didn't perform to the level that its roster, on paper, should have. LeBron's comments, which some perceive as cryptic or even passive-aggressive, suggest that the Lakers may be at crossroads. The clock is ticking on his career, and with no clear path forward, questions loom about what the future holds for this team. The notion that the Lakers may need to make significant changes this offseason to truly compete for a title with LeBron in the twilight of his career is becoming all the more pressing. As for the Timberwolves, their win was significant not just because they eliminated a top-tier team, but because they did so with poise and resilience. They proved that, with the right adjustments and mindset, they can hang with the league's elite. The future is bright in Minnesota, and this series victory will be remembered as a crucial step in their growth. But for the Lakers, it's back to the drawing board. If they hope to make another championship push, they'll need to reevaluate their strategy and make changes that will allow them to better compete when the stakes are highest.